October of 1980, I went to a Hope Circle meeting, and they decided that they wanted to do a service project. And where I moved from in Granville, Ohio, they had a thrift shop. So we got in a van, went over, and they liked it, all except that all that clothes was taken on commission. And with commission, it is a lot of work, and you really need someone paid when the clothes are brought in. So they wanted everything to be, all our monies are donated. No one at the Clothesline is paid. And so, at that time, Sampley's owned the roller mill, and he said, I'll let you use it for 15% of whatever you make. So at that time, a lot of our stuff was 25 cents, 50 cents, $1, so he didn't make a fortune off the Clothesline. We were there for 3.5 years, and Tom sold the roller mill, and we moved to the corner of 25A and Frederick Gingham. We were there for 7 years, and then we moved to where we're at now, and later this year we'll be there 30 years. My greatest thrill out of this is it started with one church, then another church started, and then in 1991 is when the Methodist Church joined us. So they've been with us for 30 years. So at that year, 3 other churches joined. Now we have 7 churches. So it is wonderful to me that all the churches work together, and I've got to meet some wonderful people that I would not have got to meet before with just going to one church. In 2014, I was proud to announce that we have given over $1 million out. So we help the 7 churches, and then we also have around 30 organizations that we give money to. Most of them get it once a year. The church will get it 4 times a year because they supply our clerks and the people that sort and everything. So what our volunteers do is they come in and sort the clothes. We have people that go through it after it's sorted, because it's sorted into different categories: children's, pants, shoes, adult clothing, this type of stuff. So we have girls that are head of that separate it into what it's going to be priced. And we have volunteers that price it, volunteers that hang it, volunteers that put it out, and then we have our clerks that work. Most clerks work once a month for 3 hours. So we have some of it that really like it, and they'll take 2 or 3 shifts. And we're open on Wednesdays at 2 to 8, and on Thursdays 10 to 4, Fridays 10 to 7, Saturday 10 to 4. So most of the girls work 3-hour shifts. And we always need volunteers. Nancy is the board member from the Methodist Church. We have a board that meets 4 times a year, and we have a rep from each church on that board. And it's just been marvelous. I have 140 volunteers. So she can always use more.
Oh, yes.
Our ladies are getting older. This year is our 40th anniversary. So we hope to have our party in July this year. We had to cancel it last year, but we're going ahead with it now, and hopefully we'll be able to have it. And I hope to honor all our girls that have worked 20 years or more. And I can't tell you how many I have, but I got some that's worked 38. My husband and I are the only ones that are with it at 40.
He's out there. Do you want me to tell him to come in?
Tell him he's okay. He's got a book with him.
Okay.
Peg was with us for 39 years, and she's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, so she had to retire. So it was very sad because I've worked with her since we started. And it was wonderful having someone that I could depend on, that she was always there. So she had to retire last year, but I've got a lot of ladies, like I said, that have worked 30-some years, 20-some years. So we're putting a sheet on the desk for them to sign up whatever their names are and how many years they've worked, and then I hope to honor them at the party, because some of them have been very, very faithful. So it's a wonderful ministry. This is all the different organizations. They're all nonprofit, the churches, and then all the organizations that we give to. And plus the many organizations that we have helped, they've helped thousands of people, each one too. And it's neat because we get really nice thank you letters from them, a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them we do, and I make sure that those are on the desk so the girls can read them and see, you know, who comes back with us. And some of them will even send us brochures of what they've done and everything else. So to me, it's a wonderful organization just because we have all the churches working together. We have men and women. We have some husbands that come in and work with their husbands.
This is one
And
of them.
yep, that's one of them. And I'm very thankful. My husband's been there all 40 years helping. So now that he's retired, he goes in with me every Monday and we do the children's clothing. So anytime, you know, you'd like to volunteer, we can always use you, and that's just been a wonderful organization. I'm getting older. I don't know how much longer I'll stay with it, but it's a wonderful organization.
And it is what it is because of the countless hours Norma and her husband have put toward this.
But it's just been wonderful that we can help who we can. And we're an organization that we are able to, all the clothes are donated, and so we're able to give back, you know, able to give out to the different organizations. So that's one thing that's really neat.
So if you leave anything at the church and it's there for a month or longer, go to the
Good.
Clothesline, because that's where it's at. I grew up poor, I think there's no reason to waste stuff.
Right, and our clothing, we have it on sale for 6 weeks. It's on sale for 4 weeks at full price and then 2 weeks for half price, then it's pulled. But we have a brethren church that picks that clothing up and takes it.
Huh.
So it isn't just discarded, you know, so it goes to help. And like, some people bring in old towels, old blankets, we have a vet that takes those. And the lady across the street, old jeans that are full of holes and stuff, of course, a lot of them wear those
Right.
now. But she takes those and she does weaving with them, and so at our party, she always gives us a table runner or placemats or something she's made from those jeans that we can give as a door prize. So, you know, there's nothing that's really, you know, thrown out. So it's wonderful, and I have wonderful volunteers that are always there, and I don't have to worry about it. They know they work the third Wednesday and they're in there, or the fifth Friday and they're in there, and I don't have to, you know, the schedule's there and they handle it, so that's what's neat.
What are the you do the bag sale just once?
We do the bag sale at least once a week, once a year, and it's usually at a turnover, either when we go from winter to spring and summer. We try not to do it twice a year because it's a lot of work. But anything they can get in a bag for $5, so they get a regular sized bag. So we've got people that'll come in, they'll put them on a pile, they'll sit and they'll roll that stuff.
So it's not cheap enough.
Get everything they can get in that bag for $5. So, and it's a way for us to get rid of the clothes too, that we don't have to bag up, and then
It's surprising me
Richard
how
comes and gets
frugal-
them and has to take them
Surprises
away.
me sometimes how frugal people are. Here's things dirt cheap, and then, oh, well, I don't think I'll buy that. You know.
Yeah, and we help Needy Baskets once a year, which is nice. When the shop's closed, they put an invitation in the bag when they give the clothes away, the groceries away at Christmas. And then we have a day when the shop's closed, that's just for Needy Baskets. According to how many's in the family, they get a certain amount and they can come in and take whatever they want. So we have that once a year. So we do our best to serve where we can.
Yeah. So did I understand that you take the money that you get, the income, you give that back to the churches?
It's all here.
And why don't you pass that
The
around?
churches get it 4 times a year.
Is that right?
And then the rest of the time, we have a thing made up for monthly who it goes to, like maybe 1 month, it's different youth groups, or the Abuse Center, the prison ministry, Shelter the Children, Casa Gals, they're all here.
Okay.
And this is all the people we give to.
That's amazing.
Can we pass that around?
Sure.
So, I've never heard of this kind of a ministry like that before. Most of the clothing, secondhand stores or whatever are connected to a ministry that I'm aware of anyway.
Well, we're with 7 different churches.
So,
And we're
yeah,
underneath the Nazarene church here. They're the ones that help with our insurance.
okay.
But
is that right?
otherwise, we're nonprofit, and we, no one's paid there.
Yeah,
And so all our monies for the month, once we pay our rent, our phone bill, our trash, then that money's put in and then they get it. The churches, the girls at work, we pay those 3 bills, and then whatever money's left the month they get it, we know the total hours that all of them work, that's divided into it for an hourly wage. And then say the Methodist church works 24 hours that month, that's multiplied by that hourly wage, that's the check they get that month. Then at the end of the year, if we have leftover money, then it goes to our churches. They get an extra amount added on to it when they get their check in.
And it's all good quality
January.
clothing. Some people donate brand new clothes, it's even more.
yeah,
Arrow shirts and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
yeah. That's
So-
great.
What does our church do with the money? Does it go into the mission fund, or is
I don't
it
think it does, I think it goes into the general fund.
general fund?
Well,
it
no,
goes
it goes
to-
to the mission.
Does it
right.
go to the
Yeah.
missions?
It
Right.
used to come to the women's ministry
Right,
because
that's
it
what I
was
thought, yeah.
the women that
Yeah, that did it,
volunteered
yeah.
mostly. And when that disbanded, I know Ellen went in and talked to Pastor Dan and said,
Move it.
we want that money to continue to go into the church's
Okay.
mission fund.
There you go.
This is the roster of the people that, I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of ladies and men.
So did you pattern this after some other ministry that you saw going on, or is this kind
Well,
of
we
your?
went to Granville and looked at the thrift shop there, but like I said, it was on consignment. And if you have it on consignment, you definitely need whoever's director to be there, because if Benita brought in, they usually tell you can only bring 5 items in at once. But that has to be put under her name, it has to have what it is, it has to be given a number and all that, so that when it's brought up, then I've gotta go clear through that file and find her name and mark what's sold, so that when she comes in, she gets her 40% or whatever she gets out of it.
Right,
Well, with being all volunteers, they didn't wanna do that.
right.
So all of our workers are volunteers, there's no one paid at all. Even, I've been very fortunate, our treasurer, the person that cleans, they all volunteer their time.
Uh-huh.
Because we have a gentleman that comes in once a week and cleans for us and empties our trash and everything. So we've been very fortunate there that, you know, we've been able to find all volunteers to do
Yeah.
it.
That's neat.
And like I said, the Salvation Army calls us, if someone would come into theirs and say, you know, I really need clothes, your secretary or something, I'll get called from different churches. Fish is called, I have someone homeless. So what I try to do is go in when the shop's closed and tell them, okay, meet me at Monday at 11, because the shop isn't open. That way the person can get what they want, and I can work with them, let them know why we're doing it and everything, and then, you know, because our verse has always been, I was naked and you clothed me, and we
Mhm.
have that on the wall up there with,
Right.
and everything, so it's, you know, been a really, really fantastic ministry that's,
And I know we've taken people in there before who were struggling, and we just buy whatever, let them get what they want, and then we just pay for it. So it's worked out well.
And the prices are really low compared to most,
right.
well, any consignment shop, but
My outfit I got on today cost $8. My top, my pants, my shoes.
Best coat ever, Nancy owns $3.
Well,
Yep.
my blouse and my shirt came from there, so.
my shoes.
So I do, I buy most of my clothes there, you know.
I was doing a funeral in the very, very cold weather. Nancy has a coat that has a hood and goes all the way to your feet, like, you know, those carolers. I'm like, oh my God, I need that coat.
They have London fog
It's like
coats in there, all
$3.
kinds of nice stuff.
Well, I've told her to call me, she can borrow it anytime.
It's a good coat for the winter.
So is it people mostly from Tip City that you think that bring clothes,
They
that
come from
donate?
all over.
I get them from Troy, I get them from New Carlisle, and like our shoppers, I do the counting of the money that we make that week, and I'll have checks from all over.
Okay.
Not too much Dayton, I'll get them once in a while Dayton, but I'll get them Pickwa, Sydney, Troy, West Milton,
Mhm.
you know, so they know about it, and they're the
Right.
ones, a lot of them that, you know,
People come from all over. I mean, they have to be in town from Columbus or somewhere other.
right. Well, I have some of them that live in out of state, and they come to visit their sister. I
Yeah.
worked Thursday from 10 to 1, and there were 5 of them come in. And they would get together at the sister's house, so that's one place they always come when they're in Tip, is to the Clothesline.
And we get the whole economic range of people who are shopping. I mean, you get people that look like they shop only at Saks Fifth Avenue, and they're buying clothes in there, and then you get people that come in with 6 kids, and they are all in rags, and they go out with
Right.
whole season
Because
wardrobe.
most of our stuff is, I would say average price is $3. You got stuff that's a little bit lower, a little bit, you know. Because I had a woman come in, she bought all her stuff, she's going on a cruise. So she was looking for clothes to take on the cruise with her. And right now we have prom dresses out, you know, which aren't always out, but she put them out because the proms are coming.
Yeah, whenever I go on a mission trip, I always go get clothes from there. Then I can leave them and it's just.
So if you are, there's brochures there, our business card with ours. And it is, just a great ministry.
Yeah.
I couldn't have stayed with it this long if it wasn't.
That's right.
I like to get some of the younger people involved, which we haven't been able to do. So our ladies, I just had 2 ladies retire, they were both in their 90s. And the one had 3 shifts. She liked it. So I mean, it's not something that they start and then don't, you know. They've been, a lot of them been with us for years, so.
Claudia's mom used to work there for a long time. She loved it.
Yeah. It's fun. I mean, you know,
It is fun.
it's like yesterday, I had one lady stand and talk for 20 minutes because it was raining. She didn't want to go out, so she just, you know, found out all about her kids and her dog and. So it's, you know, people are really nice when they come in, and I've really not had any bad experiences with anybody, you know. And the ones we help with free clothing, they've always seemed very appreciative of it, and so you feel good,
Right.
you know, with what you're doing.
And we take our Main Street preschool up there too, so that they can see it and see how it operates, and so it's a whole big field trip thing for kids.
Right, and they've donated
Yeah, they
coats
bring up
and
coats.
stuff, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and Miss Jess's girls collected clothes this fall,
Yep,
and they brought literally a truckload and a trailer load of clothing into the Clothesline.
Okay, 'cause we had 3 rooms filled with those things, man, that was a lot of donations.
And we go through it all.
Mhm. Yep.
So are there any questions I can answer or try to? So just tell everybody about it. It's there. We're open Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Thank you guys for what you do too.
Yeah.
It is a
Yep.
great ministry, and it's been a blessing to our church, so, thank you.